Laie was just a small community. We knew almost everybody. We get along with everybody over there. Anybody we see, we just call them in. Come eat, come eat. Elimai. You give parties, anybody come.
You know Hamana, every time we see the school fish come over here, the whole Laia would go out there and pull the net. Now, when you're going home, it make the whole community stand in line and put your hand like this. And he put all the fish inside, you can go home. This was in the late 40s to 50s. He was doing that all these years.
All till the day he died.
Give all the community fish.
You know, we were young kids, but he was one of those.
He was the man.
He was a man there. Sure, we had others in there, but Hamana, because of his knowledge of what he had with the water, that was really something. And so, as we went along in our life, we're always going to remember the good things that he taught us, you know.
In 1940, July 11th, the old wooden church burnt down. And so the LDS ward here met in a social hall because during the war you really couldn't build anything. But after the war, the villagers said, we need a new chapel.
At the Viola Kohikashi, she came up with an idea. Let's have a Hukilau to raise money to build a chapel.
Laie is traditionally a fishing village, and the term Hukilau is a method of fishing where you corral the fish into this net.
Oh, shucks. Okay. When you say Hukilau, actually, this is the lao. It's tied to the net over there. And this is where they pull. They start pulling. When you say huki, means pull on the lao. And this is what it is. The lao scares the fish from on by the reef. And it goes by the sand area where the net is.
This picture is of Hamana and my husband. Oh. Now you see how much nets, and those nets was big. Was really big and heavy.
When you think of the Hukilau, you're not catching fish for yourself or even for your family of 4. You are catching for an entire village. So the idea of coming together to do a Hukilau, to come together, that's where the magic happens.
And so at the Hukilau, not only did they do the Hukilau, but they had to do the imu. They had demonstration of making coconut hats, doing lei making, and they had entertainment. It wasn't something new for Laie because they were known for their music, they were known for their hula, and so they said, okay, let's do it.
So everyone had a responsibility in the community. You had someone who would collect the tickets, you would have people who would set the tables, you had the performers, you had the fishermen who would actually prepare the net, lay the net, get everything ready, and it was under the leadership of Tūtū Hamana. So he was in charge of setting the net, and then also he was the voice that would call, Huki, and the tourist would pull along. That was his first responsibility. The second one was he served as the head chief, the head honcho of the ali'i. They only did it to raise funds for a church building. That's all they did the Hukilau for. But they had so much fun doing it that they continued it, even till the 1960s.
The Hukilau becomes the forerunner to, today we have the Polynesian Cultural Center, where we have millions of tourists that come through the center and experience a little remnant of what was begun in the early days with Hamana at the Hukilau performance. Because he was such a respected waterman, and a fisherman, and a showman, the Shaka sign was able to proliferate originally because of his presence.
We had not only tourists, we had, local people coming down to the Hukilau and stuff, and we making a sign like this. So people taking pictures of us or other people or whatever. Now you see, everybody knows it around the world.
Different family members, sometimes when they have family reunions, they still do the Hukilau.
The Hukilau today are much smaller, right?
Yeah, we do one, and like you did, but it's not the full on. I think the only time we redid it and reacted it is when we did it a year ago. What I mean by that is that we had the full on effect.
So it's not about what we catch today, it's more about working together as a team and experiencing this Hukilau together. If we catch, we catch. Sometimes no catch, right? But we're here all gathered to remember what our kupuna has taught us.
We did demonstrations, we had hula, we had, the Samoan, we had an imu, and then we had a representation of all of the families who Tūtū Hamana was the king. Everybody tried to put on a Hukilau, but it was never done the same. You couldn't have one person do it. We had to do it all together. It was such an honor to redo it and to see the people's faces and to see how this would have been what Tūtū Hamana would have wanted us to do. It wasn't just only about the fishing. It was everything. The visitors that came, the music, the dancing, everything.
This community was built on aloha. We succeeded here because of aloha. We had a successful Hukilau because of aloha that people had for one another to make it work. Without that, none of that would have happened. These things are very deep to the beginning of who we are, much deeper than hello and goodbye. First and foremost, it is love. And every facet that you can understand what is love, that's aloha.
They have a statue of him out there. And I see people going up there, they want to take picture of him like that. I want to go up to them. I want to talk to them. I want to know why. Why they want to take a picture of him like that, But they look happy. They look so happy that they over there taking a picture of the man with the Shaka sign. And I feel happy when I see them happy. They don't know his life story. They don't know what he is. All they know that because of this man's hand, it's all over the world.
Well, after I laid this all out the first time, I started connecting the dots. And what I realized is that this is all connected. It all works together. And ultimately, there's lots of people fit in, but there's one piece in here that goes a whole rainbow across the top of this board, and it's Tūtū Hamana.
Look at all the connection. No one ever told the story like this. So everybody had a hand in this.
These are the words of what I found the Shaka to mean after I talked with all you folks. And all these themes ended up being like this unbelievable tapestry of what happens with the Shaka story.
Everybody is thinking that the Shaka sign is theirs, but it's really everybody's. And after you do all the research, it's everybody's sign. Everyone can go for it, everyone can connect, everyone can serve, everybody can say mahalo or thank you, So those are really strong words for a sign like this. Can you imagine if the world knows about it? This is powerful.
So these kids are gonna do their very best Shaka. Okay, music. So how would a Buddha Shaka? So let's see some shaky Shakas as we meet our next contestants. Let's bring on our contestants for the Hang Loose Shaka. Imagine if you just risked it. Came out the big winner that deserves an epic Shaka. So we're gonna see some funny Shakas from some funny people. So we got here some beauty queens. So we're going to see how those who have served throw a Shaka.
My favorite part of telling the story was seeing how these people used the Shaka for good, how it represents the secrets to creating a life rich in happiness, fulfillment, and love. To them, it's way more than a gesture. People in Laie didn't have it easy, but they applied aloha to make something out of nothing. They chose cooperation over conflict. They were fearless and created the fantastic. They nurtured nature and created a place of peace. They showed me that paradise is a choice and that we should just fear not and go for it. Because paradise can be ours anywhere, anytime by sharing aloha through the Shaka.